You went to watch a movie you have been waiting for months. After watching the movie, you liked everything about the movie, but the ending. Likewise, you had a chance to listen to one of your favorite speakers. You liked his opening and body, but conclusion, you had a different expectation. Has that happened to you? Hi, I'm Batuk Bista, coach and trainer in public speaking. A good speech has three sections: an opening, body, and the conclusion. If we divide these three sections, 10% goes to the opening, 80% goes to the body, and remaining 10% goes to the conclusion. But guess what? Your audience will take that last 10% with them after your speech. A conclusion is very important to the success of any speech. All too often, an otherwise excellent speech loses its effectiveness because of poor closing. You must strive to conclude your speech positively and forcefully. Today, I'm going to share some techniques and tips to conclude your speech effectively. Before we go to the techniques and tips, let's set the criteria for successful conclusion. Criteria number 1. Give a sense of closure. Effective signals reminds the audience to pay attention to your speech. For example, you can say, in conclusion, let me end by saying, in summary, and so on. Criteria number 2, make an impact. A good ending makes a lasting impact on your audience. As I mentioned earlier, people remember the last things they hear the longest. After a few months or a few weeks, your audience may have forgotten what you said. However, they will remember the last words you said to them if you deliver them striking, forceful, or meaningful way. Criteria number 3, your speech should have 5 to 10% for the conclusion. Let's go to the techniques. Technique number 1, use a quotation. Adding a quotation adds an authority to your speech, amuses listeners. More than that, it dramatizes your speech. But whatever quote you choose, keep it short and related to your speech topic. Technique number 2, tell a story. A powerful story can make a memorable close. The story can be inspirational, funny, but it should be short and related to or reinforces your message. Call for action. Clearly explain what action the audience should take. That is one of the best ways to conclude your speech. Remember, what you say at the end is the one audience take with them. Refer to the beginning of the speech. Try to relate your conclusion with the opening so that audience will have a refresher of your speech. Last but not the least, summarize your main points. Repetition reinforces your message. Let's go to the tips. There are 3 tips you can apply to your speech to have a successful conclusion. Tip number 1, memorize your conclusion. Sounds easy? A memorized, polished ending enables you to end your speech confidently and adds impact to your speech. End on time. Too many speeches are ruined because the speaker goes far beyond the allotted time. By ending your speech on time and with a dynamic conclusion, you will leave your favorable image to the audience. Refrain from adding new points. During the speech, we miss points here and there. But suddenly you remember at the end of the speech and you want to add in the conclusion. Don't do that mistake. Adding a new point at the conclusion distracts from the effectiveness of your speech. And it also can confuse the audience. So refrain from adding new points at the end. In conclusion, great is the art of beginning, but greater is the art of ending. Hey, I did not say that. It's from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Hope you like this presentation and found useful, and you can apply it to your speeches in the future. I'll see you next time with new topic. Till then, thank you.